Hello everybody and welcome to this tutorial. Here I'm just gonna continue from where I left off in the previous one. If you have not seen the previous tutorial, I strongly urge you to do so as the two are closely interrelated, so to say. Anyway, previously we've discussed some of these things such as DOS, rats, phishing, and so on and so forth. But here I want to go a step further and tell you about SQL injections. VPNs, proxies, stores, EPS keyloggers, and so on and so forth. You will see how all these things will play a role later on throughout the course. But for the time being, you have SQL injections, which simply passing SQL queries to HTTP requests. If they are not properly formatted by the PHP code on the server side, this can present a serious problem. And this is always one of the primary consideration of all the web developers out there. Later on I will demonstrate how you can use these, formulate them, and there is a large amount of websites that are vulnerable out there, primarily because the frameworks on which they're based are vulnerable as well. Next up, you have virtual private networks, so VPNs. These are ways of anonymizing yourselves. Basically, if you have a VPN provider somewhere, and if you want to anonymize yourself, you will route all their traffic through this VPN provider, and all the traffic between you and the VPN provider will be heavily encrypted. So any other server out there that is receiving requests from you, it is actually receiving them from VPN. There is no real way of detecting you or finding your physical location unless the VPN provider actually gives it up, which doesn't really happen if you pick a right one. Down below you have proxies. Now proxies are a less reliable way of staying anonymous, but you should always make it your common practice to use SOCKS 5 proxies. I will explain what these are. I will introduce them when we do proxy chains and when I explain to you how you can actually stay anonymous while conducting these sort of device regardless. So that can be, those are just some of the types of attacks that you can do, but reverse shells will depend on the choice of the environment that you are trying to infect, and will depend on the choice of your attack route as well. In any case, I hope that you got some basic introduction to these terms. I again repeat, if you didn't figure it out all immediately, don't worry about it. We will do all of this in great details with a lot of examples, and you will understand it. It's not complicated. Do not allow fear to dissuade or stop you. Just keep on going in spite of it, and if you can just stick in till the end of this course, you will, I guarantee it to you, you will understand it. With just a bit of focus and a bit of curiosity, you will be able to obtain the necessary skills needed in order to become a pen tester or an ethical hacker. I bid you all farewell, and I hope to see you in the next tutorial.